Great, thank you. Hi everyone, I'm Andrea, Chief Product Officer, and this is Trey, Director of Developer Relations, and we're with Atomic. Atomic helps financial institutions and fintechs acquire and retain primary account holders, and today we're going to talk a little bit about our newest product launch, which is our subscription management service. As open banking continues to expand and makes it easier for users to really shop around and change their primary banking relationships, more and more financial institutions are looking for ways to help improve engagement and retain their primary existing account holders. And this is where Atomic's subscription management functionality comes into play, helping consumers get a better look at what they're spending and saving over time. And we're going to jump into the demo here, but as we do that, a few things I want to call out that stand out about our connectivity and the way that we're doing this is that we're able to go beyond what's possible with just traditional transaction data by enabling consumers to connect directly into the merchants and services that they're paying today to enhance the data insights that are brought back and to help enable action directly within the application without leaving, and we'll talk through that. So as I come into our demo application here in Molecular Bank, you can imagine the consumer sees this call to action to go manage all of their payments and bills in one spot. And as they click into it, their existing transaction records from external connected accounts and their existing accounts can be scanned to help build them a starting point. And this is where a lot of the existing solutions in this space sort of end, is like they're using transaction data to try to take a look at what somebody's historically paying and what their upcoming bills look like. And this is where Atomic's solution goes a step further.
Right, so within the demo application here, we're going to connect to our Apple subscription. And so the first thing that we'll see is that there's some interesting insights that we can pull back from the service provider once the connection is made. So we'll just go ahead and start the connection. So what this is doing is it's actually running on what we call our TrueAuth platform. So TrueAuth is our patent pending functionality that runs on device so that the users don't have to share their credentials with a third party. Instead, it's stored directly on the device, and the connection is made to the service provider directly through an iframe or web view on the mobile platform. This increases security. It also enables functionality such as password managers. They will autofill the experience like this Apple subscription is doing here. It also, as you saw there, will use Face ID or thumbprint authentication flows, all securely processed on device. So what happens after the authentication flow is we're actually making the connection to the service provider. So in this case, we just connected to Apple. And now we can pull back some information that you can use to drive insights for your consumers. So for example, we can see that a couple different services are being paid through the Apple subscription. We can see what payment method is being utilized, and we can see the transaction history and any changes that may have happened over time. So we'll go back and take a look at another piece of functionality here. So if I go into my Netflix subscription, I can now utilize the connection to automate some action. What this does is really the crux of the value proposition for subscription management, where you can surface insights to the user and they can immediately take action on those insights. For example, I can say that I haven't watched Netflix in a couple months, I'd like to pause the subscription, so I can click a button, go through TrueAuth to pause that subscription for whatever period of time I'd like to pause it for. And then you as the financial institution can showcase the value directly to the consumer that they've been able to save through the functionality that you've exposed through PayLink Manage.
And one of the really cool things about the technology that we use for this is that, as Trey just showed, that was more of an automated action. The consumer had connected to their Netflix account in the past. We're able to retain that access in an ongoing matter and automate some of those connections. But we can use this same technology in cases where the user wants to have a little more control over the action they're taking to put them directly into that third-party website. So in this case, Avista is my utilities provider. I've connected it in the past, and I'm going to go ahead and make a payment. When I click the make a payment action, instead of it just happening, I'm able to review. So we're able to take the user within the Avista website directly to the payments page so that they're not navigating there themselves, but they have more control over taking a look at which account I have on file I want to select and confirming that payment. And as they do so, are able to go ahead, see that that payment was successful, and then that information is passed back in real time to the financial institution site as well to update to show that that payment has been made. And so there's, using this technology and the connectivity, there's a range of ways that the user, without ever leaving their financial institution application, can take action on these insights that are being generated for them. And as we think about the future of where this product is headed, think about situations where you can cross-sell or upsell and help the consumer almost set on autopilot some of these savings. A great example of this would be in the car insurance space. So in this case, I've connected my Safeco app. Because I've done that, I can see all of my policy information. So not just what I'm paying for car insurance, but how many cars do I have on that policy? How many drivers? What does my coverage look like? And somebody wants to go ahead and get quotes, you can go ahead and submit that information, even behind the scenes when they're not even present in the application, to constantly be keeping them on the best rate for the types of coverage and the types of cars that they have. So thinking about, as a consumer, how does my financial institution help me save and help me constantly ensure that I'm making the best financial decisions?
So we believe that financial wellness tools are going to be the clear differentiator for financial institutions in the future, which is why we built PayLink Manage. If you have any questions or would like to see a little bit more in-depth demo, please stop by our booth.
Thanks,
Thank you very
everyone.
much.